back to SA Sports Show. It's been a fantastic show.
Great show, mate. Great show.
I want to just touch on the coaches. We've got the Matty Nix, fantastic win last week against Carlton, fantastic. Still only got the 5 or 6 wins. Then you got Kenny Hinkley, who's got 7.
8.
Had 8 wins.
8 and 11, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, 8. Well, the pressure on, it's like chalk and cheese between Matty Nix and Ken Hinkley. I'm a bit surprised, actually. You know, if you look at their probably last month, they've only just missed out on getting the points.
I know.
You know, they really have. The last month, it's been, you know, it's been less than a goal. Yet the pressure on Ken Hinkley is astronomical. I really don't get it. I really like Ken. I think he's a great coach.
So do I. And the pressure comes from the media. I mean, I picked up the paper on the weekend and it was, what was it? Gutsy, brave, polished Crows and Port season over. So, you know, our media need to grow some as well, you know, and realise that there's 2 teams in this town. And if anyone was gutsy and brave on the weekend, it was Port.
It was Port Adelaide,
It certainly wasn't Adelaide, you know. So
you look at those.
Where do they get these headlines from? Who's the editor of this?
Because you look at the first 5, you know, the first 5 rounds, 6 rounds, and they lost to Lira. Yeah. They lost. Lysart was carrying Butters, of course. Clury was sort of injured.
There's a lot of players out.
Dersma was, of course, injured. You know, Fantasia hasn't played all year, and what a season he had last year. And you know, there's probably there was 7 players that played in that finals game or that finals campaign last year that didn't play much of that first 7, 5 or 6, 7 rounds. So I think really Ken's been under the firing line for unfairly.
We don't kick the ball, Ando, does he? I mean, our problem at the moment is our skill. Our skill level. Our skill level is deplorable. I think Chad Corn said it earlier in the week. That it's not up to AFL standard, and I agree. A few of the turnovers in the game against Collingwood were absolutely unbelievable. They're not turnovers you'd see watching a local park game. They were just terrible, and blokes dropping marks in the goal square, and a couple of one-hand. Do you know, Port started really well in that game. Yet in the last 2 minutes of that first quarter, Collingwood kicked 2 goals. Bang, bang. And they were both off of extremely poor errors from Port Adelaide. They weren't, you know, goals generated from them.
So it's not Ken.
Whatever.
Ken's not kicking the ball.
It's not Ken Hinkley kicking this footy or making. That's the other one, Ando. One that gets me is poor decisions. Blokes that make poor decisions. You know, when they're under no pressure. That you think, hang on, mate, we're paying you $500,000 a year. What are you doing? You know, I sit there and I get baffled by it. But at the moment, Port skill level and their decision making is not good enough, and they deserve to be where they are. Well, but they did have that rough run. At the start of the year.
There's a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries, a lot of blokes out. No one says anything about that.
No.
You know, if it was Adelaide, it'd
do you know it was
the
1/3 of the team? 1/3 of the team. So, and a couple of those, Lira and Fantasia, was so important last year.
They'll be back. Big game this weekend. Big game again this weekend for them. Richmond. How's their draw? I can't believe Port's draw. Do they ever play North Melbourne or West Coast or like? Look at Adelaide's draw. Look at they come home with West Coast and then North Melbourne. They'll be bumper to bumper down King William Road for that one, Adelaide, North Melbourne. But Port's draw's been staggering. I can't believe it every week. So good on them. You know, they've got a tough year, but they'll be back.
I tell you what, it's been absolutely a fantastic show today. And for me to interview Peter White, that's been my highlight of the 3 or 4 years I've been on SA Sports Show. He's just such a wonderful person.
And Nico Bucko.
Oh, isn't he brilliant? Adelaide City just do it beautifully as well. And
I agree.
Thanks so much for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. We certainly have.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next week.